How are you? Oh, you know what? My dad wants one of these.
Yeah?
No, seriously, swear to God. He said, he pulled up next to me before I was leaving. He goes, hey, Mitch. He calls me Mitch. Hey, Mitch, could you ask Tyson for a hat? Swear to you.
I'll give him this one. That's the only one I've got, so we'll have to get you one when we order the package.
Okay. Appreciate that. How are you?
Good. I'm alive. I'm well. Kicking.
Yeah. You look in great shape. I saw you in the gym earlier.
Yeah, I'm in great shape. Been training really hard in Big Bear, California. And I'm enjoying every moment of it, which I should do because it's Heavyweight Championship of the World training camp.
How are you liking Big Bear in general?
I like Big Bear because it's secluded. There's not many distractions here while I'm in the cabin, except you. Sorry, that's sexual harassment.
Oh, how do you do this?
And then there's not much to do apart from train, eat, sleep, repeat. And that's all I've done for the last, this is our third week here now. So, eating correct. I've not had any sneaky things in, no chocolates or nothing. So, if you look in the fridge, it's all healthy food. That's it, I'm getting in shape, I'm already on weight and 5 weeks left. So I'll be really happy. 5 weeks Saturday.
So you've been here in Big Bear, have you seen any bears yet?
No. I've spoke to many people who's lived here all their life and have never seen a bear.
Yeah.
So it's highly unlikely. But we do have quite a few wooden bears outside, which I've managed to get a few training sessions in with.
Statues? Yeah. Well, I saw you earlier, and we had Joyce in the gym as well.
Juggernaut.
How's it been sparring with him?
He's a very nice fellow. Oh, speak of the devil. Paris. We're not going to get that one because I'm in the middle of an interview. He's a lovely fellow, Joe. He's very good at helping me. I think he's got a big future in boxing, to be honest. He's big and strong and determined. And he wants to fight good people straight away. He's only had 6 professional fights. He's already the Commonwealth champion and he's fighting on my undercard in a big fight. So.
Who else have you sparred with?
I've sparred with this Italian fella called Valentino Guido. Guido Valentino, I think his name is.
Yeah, he's the new guy in camp, right?
Yeah, he's 6'7". He looks like a Dolce & Gabbana model. Really, the guy's like very good looking, very tall. He's got a body of a Greek god. just got all. He's got a tan.
Yeah. He's got that accent. I was trying to speak to him earlier, and he was just like, he could barely understand English.
Yeah, broken English. So he's only young as well.
He goes, I need you to speak slow. I was like, okay, my bad.
But yeah, he's very quick and he's a good boxer. He had a few hundred amateur fights and that went to Olympics. So he's having his pro debut soon. He's just signed with Top Rank, I believe.
Yeah, he has.
So yeah, exciting prospect. I'm looking forward to seeing his progression.
Have you had the opportunity to see Triple G yet? Sometimes he pops in up here.
Yeah, I've not seen Triple G. I spoke to him while I was in England on FaceTime from over here. But I've not seen him yet, no.
Yeah.
I've seen Shane Mosley and his son.
His son?
Who else did I see? I saw all of Abel's fighters. Some of them's world champions, Michael Sorrow and who else was there? A few other guys. I'm not.
It was a full camp when I went in there. Last time I was there, I swear it to you, it was like 2 guys in there.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was just a full
in
house.
there tonight? Was it full?
Today, yeah, and this evening, it was just
I've
full.
seen Tom Loeffler as well.
We got the guy who's fighting on Ryan Martin, who's fighting
Ryan
on
Martin. He's
the
fighting
World Boxing
Josh
Super
Taylor.
Series. Yep.
Going to be a good fight. Who else? There's a cruiserweight there who just won a world title in France. Arson.
Oh, yeah. Have you sparred him as well?
No, I've never sparred him. No.
Oh, okay.
He's just done a fight, hasn't he?
I know that he had sparred with...
Joe and him.
Yes, Joe. Yeah.
I've only sparred Joe and Guido so far.
Okay. So how have you felt like the training camp has been going? I mean, it's a big fight coming up. You seem happy, relaxed, in good spirit.
It's only a boxing match, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know it's a mental sport too. So it seems like you're in a really good place.
Yeah, look, I'm fit, I'm on weight. I've got nothing to be worried about. You know, it's a fight and may the best man win. There's nothing really that I can do or he can do that we haven't already seen before. He's had 40 fights, I've had 27. Both experienced on the highest level, so I'm sure that I'm not going to surprise him with anything, and he's not going to surprise me with nothing. He's going to come out and try and punch me in the face, and I'm going to do exactly the same to him. So there's nothing to be worried about. We can only do our best, and at the end of the day, if the best ain't good enough, then it's not good enough, is it? On both parts.
What do you make of Deontay Wilder saying that should he beat you, he wants a 60-40 split from Anthony Joshua?
I am not too concerned about what's going on behind the scenes, because I'm only focusing on Deontay. I don't care about any other fights in the world. Nothing means anything to me at this point. You know, there's a lot of interviews today with HBO and BT and Showtime, sorry, HBO. Sorry, guys. And they were saying, like, this fight, you know, how much will it mean to you to win it and all that, but really, what is another win on my record going to do? 28-0, wow, another win.
Yeah, but it's
another boxing fight, whoop-de-doo. Do you know how many belts I've got at home? 15. I've got more belts than any boxing champion alive today that I've actually won. They don't keep me warm at night, do they?
So it really
they're just on the mantelpiece. They're just there. Half of them ain't even on there. They're just chucked on the floor.
But don't you also see it as like a sort of a bargaining tool now? That when you do have that, it just allows you to sort of bargain your next fight.
I don't need to bargain anything. I'm the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. I don't need anything. I don't need a bargaining chip. If people want to fight me, then they want to fight me. If they don't, they don't. Deontay stepped up straight away. We said we'll fight, and we fought. It took us a week to do the contracts. It's not, business isn't hard if you both want to fight. It's only hard if someone doesn't want to fight. See, for Joshua and all, and with Wilder, he was offered $80 million to come to America and fight. So if you're not going to fight for $80 million, then, I'm not being funny, but how much are you going to, maybe $1 billion? I don't know. But if it's about money, then crack on. It is what it is, isn't it? But at the end of the day, it's a boxing match. Give the fans what they want to see, and that's it. You win, you win. If you don't, you don't. Plenty of people have lost the fights, and plenty of people have won them. Is it really that important? Does it mean that much?
To be fair, if you're already, everyone thinks like you, though.
Yeah, but if you're already a multi-millionaire, which if you're heavyweight champion of the world, you are, then what's another few dollars going to do?
Yeah.
It's just zeros on a screen, like I said before, isn't it? And if you're stupid enough to spend a few million, then you're stupid enough to spend 100 and few million. If you haven't got a business mindset, you've got no ability to manage your own funds, then you're going to end up with nothing, no matter how much money you earn. At the end of the day, you're going to end up skint. It's like so many boxers. But if you don't make a lot of money, but you invest it right, you're still going to have money at the end of it. And at the end of the day, we're here to live a life, aren't we?
Yeah.
Not to herd money. For the Bible says, what does a man profit to gain the world and lose his soul? It is what it is. It's a boxing fight. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more good boxing fights, and this will be a great one. I'm looking forward to being involved in it. Win, lose or draw, I'm going to put up a great fight, and I'm sure Deontay's going to do the same. I am not about to come here and say this is a life and death situation, blah, blah, blah. This is not. This is a boxing fight. I'm healthy, he's healthy. My family's healthy, I'm feeling fit, I feel good, I feel cushy. I've never felt better in my life. I've got a good beard on me. I've just had a lovely dinner that Tim's cooked me. I've got my friends around me, people who believe in me. So what have I got to be all jittery about and on edge over a boxing fight? I've had over 50 fights, amateur and professional. And they all do the same thing, men with pairs of boxing gloves on.
You are really good at winding people up. I think it's just a gift you have. You could say things, and for some, it just really gets under their skin. When I was at the Los Angeles press conference, your final press conference, and things got really heated there. I think the first two press conferences were, a lot of people thought that they were a bit of theatrics, but in this case, it came off as really authentic. Like you guys were, like really had some sort of beef animosity. What do you have to say to people who wrote it off as like WWE sort of antics, like it was all fake and sort of staged?
Let people believe what they want to believe. I'm not here to make anybody's mind up. If they want to see a good fight, tune in. If they don't want to see a good fight, don't watch it.
Do you feel like you got under his skin at that moment?
I think it's really unimportant getting under people's skins and all that. My thing is talking, and we've been on here, I don't know how long, 10 minutes, and I've never shut up. So I've never met anybody who can out-talk me. So if that's a gift like getting in people's minds by me being myself and talking, then I must be good at it, but I don't try and get in his mind, I just be myself. And the animosity we saw on stage where he was like trying to get at me, was trying to get at him. I don't care about Deontay Wilder, he wants a bare knuckle fight, welcome to my world. You know, he's a boxing man, I'm a travelling man, it's what we do, what we've been brought up on. If you can't bother about him and 10 men, I was on there on my own. He had a full army around him. It's different. We're not here about that anyway. We're not here to have bare knuckle fights and all that. But that wasn't staged. If everyone had stood back, me and him, and had got at it there and then, well, I would have done. I'd have started swinging at him properly. I don't know what he was feeling, but it was what it was. When two men are heated and they're unbeaten, they don't like each other, then this happens. Not that we don't like each other, because we're going to make each other a lot of money. So what's not to like? And
you guys have a rematch set up, right? A rematch clause.
I can't really talk about it or else I'm going to get sued.
Really? Oh.
It's confidential.
Okay. Can I just say at least what's being reported?
Yeah, you can say what's being reported.
Okay.
100%.
I mean, they're saying that obviously there is an automatic rematch clause between the two of you, and the only reason I heard of this was because Eddie Hearn was saying that even if you were to win, that the fight with Joshua couldn't happen next because you have a rematch clause set in place, so it would be pointless to sort of talk about that. So, but I mean, obviously, I know that you've mentioned that you don't care for an AJ fight, but is that something that you can still see being worked out somehow down the road?
I don't think it'll ever happen, no.
Okay.
Because I just don't think it'll happen. I knew this fight was going to happen with me and Wilder because we're men who fight people. But I just don't see that fight happening. Especially if I beat Wilder then.
Do you think it's because AJ doesn't want to fight you, or do you think it's because AJ's team doesn't want you to fight him?
I am really unconcerned with which way around it is.
Yeah.
For them, it's about making money, the same as everybody else, and I hope they make 100 billion each. It's none of my concern what they make. I can only be concerned about what I'm making on the 9th, whatever it is, the 1st. And it ain't massive amounts of money, but I'm happy with it. So if the next man's getting 50 million and I'm getting 2, but I'm happy with my 2, then good luck to everybody else. You know, there's so much being made of all this money talk in boxing, yeah. Obviously boxing's a prize fighting thing, but how much is enough? I boxed
really
Steve
good
Cunningham in
question.
New York and got nearly knocked spark out for nothing, for free. I got a fur coat out of it. So it is what it is. It's obviously about money, and everybody wants to earn plenty of money and be well paid for what they do. But if I beat Wilder, then I might let Wilder fight Joshua. I might not even hold him up until he's close. I might just say, go on and fight him, you two mums fight. And whatever. See, for me, like, I set my sights on beating Klitschko from a little boy, and I did it. So it wasn't about defending the belts 100 times. I always said that. I said it before the fight, I said it afterwards. I said, I ain't interested in them belts, Vladimir. He said, oh, you want all this, what I have? I said, no, I don't. I said, I just want to punch your face in. I said, I don't care about them belts you're holding. They didn't mean anything to me. What is a belt? What does that belt symbolise? Nothing. It's an achievement. But when the day's passed, achievements in history anyway. So forget about it. All I wanted to do was beat Vladimir Klitschko, and I did that. I didn't want to defend the belts. I didn't want to be a role model. I didn't want to be a long reigning champion. I wasn't interested in any of that. So now all I want to do is beat Deontay Wilder. I'm not interested in defending that belt 100 times and defending another belt and unifying and being undisputed. I've done all that. That's all in the past.
So for now, it's what for you?
For me now, it's just training here every day and enjoying my days in camp.
Just being happy.
Could be my last. I said it before, this could be my last camp. You know, I'm very happy, I'm in a good place, and I'm just going to go in there and have a fight and enjoy myself. I'm going to go in there and enjoy what I love to do.
Right.
And be myself, express me. Because for me, it ain't about defending and unifying and all that stuff. It's already been done before. I already had 4 or 5 belts. Did it help me any time at all? No, it didn't. Did it make me a very rich man? No, it didn't. Did it make me sad? Yes. So I never want to go back to that depression again.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to burden myself with other people's problems. I'm just going to do for what I want to do in boxing, and that's it. I want to fight Deontay Wilder. The thing is, I've chose Deontay Wilder. He didn't choose me, if that makes sense. 2.5 years out the ring, and I was supposed to have 4 or 5 comeback fights. I could have had up to 5 comeback fights. But I said to Frank Warren, look, I'm ready. Get the Wilder fight made, and we'll do it. I'm not interested in another 2 or 3 fights more. I said, do the fight now. So I've chose them. They didn't choose me. They've gone along with it because they've got nobody else to fight, and Joshua's offering them peanuts. Like insulting amounts of money. After being offered 80 million their way, he offered him like 12 million or 15 million, yeah. So how does it work one way that I'm going to offer you 80 million, but you're going to only offer me 12? They're both world champions. They're both 2 boxers with 2 pairs of gloves on. Why is one worth 6 times more? So it is what it is. They don't want to fight. Wilder will fight anybody because he's 33 years old. He hasn't had them big paydays, and he wants to make money. He wants to support his family. Don't we all? But it is what it is. The big fights are there, and I hope they all fight each other, and I hope they make plenty of money. But for me, don't put me even in that category at all, because that ain't me. I only want to fight one fighter at this present moment, that's Deontay Wilder. And whether I win, lose or draw, that's the only man I want to fight at this present moment. Eddie Hearn and Joshua, they're trying to make themselves relevant in this fight because they're not involved in the biggest fight that's happening today. Currently, they're not no part of it. And that's the way it is. I'm not bitter towards them. I've got no bad feelings at all. It is what it is. It's business, and I understand that. And if they've got to say I'm rubbish or whatever to make their business work, then good luck to them. But all I know is I'm training hard and I'm doing what I've got to do. I ain't making hundreds of millions or big money like that, but I'm not interested. Like I've always said, as long as I can pay my bills and pay my car insurance and put food on the table, then I'm happy.
Right, supply for your family.
And isn't that what we're here to do anyway?
Yeah.
What did God say? Multiply and be fruitful. Survive. We're on a survival mission for the next 30 years, however long we're going to live. And that's it. You can want too much in life, Michelle. And I really do mean that. There's a never-ending want. And I've realised that it ain't all about being a big-time Charlie and buying 10 bottles of champagne and driving 10 Rolls Royces. Nobody really cares. So you think you're trying to impress someone, but who are you impressing? Nobody. Nobody cares if you drive a Rolls Royce or Fiesta. It's only what you feel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know a lot of millionaires who have all had the same common issue, and it's that it never ever made them feel fulfilled.
It doesn't.
It does not. I can't speak on it. I'm clearly not a millionaire, but I'm okay. And I still know that there are times where you could still feel a bit unsettled in some areas of your life because, you know, maybe you don't have this or you don't have a family yet. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't that balance. But for people who lack that balance with a lot of money, it makes them seriously depressed. Because they don't.
It does.
Yeah.
It does make them depressed. You can never find fulfillment in material assets, ever. I find fulfillment when I look in my daughter's eyes. That's fulfillment for me.
Kids have a way of making you see the bigger picture, though.
100%. And I can speak about this because I'm experienced and I've fought 4 kids in one on the way, so I suppose I'm qualified to talk about stuff like this, but a gold watch or a big giant diamond ring or a brand new Ferrari on the drive ain't going to come in the morning in my bed and make me smile, cuddle me in and shout my name. So it's really unimportant. The only things I really only care about are being mentally well and my family, that's it. Nothing else really matters. I'm coming from a travelling background. I don't care if I live in a castle or a trailer. Doesn't make a difference to me anyway. And even last year, when I was heavyweight champion of the world a few years ago, I still went and lived 7 months in a trailer when I didn't need to. Doesn't mean anything. That's the difference, I think, in me and most other heavyweights. They need the flash watches and they need the flashy clothes and they need that to be a somebody. I don't. I don't need anything.
You don't need validation.
I don't. I used to. I used to want people to like me.
What changed then?
When I went through my mental health problems, I could see good from bad then. I could appreciate good times when it was happening. Where before I didn't value nothing, nothing mattered. All I wanted was to be a good fighting man, to earn plenty of money and for people to respect you, I suppose. Most humans fight for respect, don't they? But the big picture I missed, and I had to go through trials and tribulations to find out what the big picture was that no matter how much we chase, we're never going to find contentment. Contentment's only found when you stand still. Stop and have a look around.
Not many people can stand still.
No.
Or sit in a room by themselves and feel completely content.
Well, I don't think I could stand in a room by myself and feel content. I have to have people around me.
See, I found contentment in being by myself. Like where I can sit in a room, read a book, and clean my room, just do whatever it may be, and not have to be on my phone or have to speak to somebody or need someone to, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to sit still. And I think I've found that, which has actually helped me mature, because you don't really know yourself until you're able to be alone and be by yourself. At least that's what I've realized.
Do you know, a wise man once said, in order to achieve anything in life, you must know yourself totally first. Know what you really want. Because when I was 20, I wanted something, and when I was 22, I didn't want it. I think I've changed my mind on what I wanted in my life in the last 10 years, maybe 100 times. From being 20 to 30, I've had so many different views on what I want in life. And if you asked me the same question 10 years ago, what I wanted, I'd give you a big long list of everything I wanted. If you ask me that same question today, I'd give you a very simple answer. And the answer is to be happy. And that's it.
It's really deep.
It is. But I've had to go to extreme levels to realise this. Because you don't know what type of person I was. I was a man who didn't care about nothing and nobody. I didn't care about I was sat in I was mentally okay in the mind, and I could go and eat what I wanted, and I go for a walk with the family. That didn't mean nothing to me. That was rubbish. But when that all got taken away and I wasn't in a stable mind, and I thought I was going to end up in a padded room, now I can appreciate sitting here in a normal state, being normal, and just being able to sit here and communicate with people without thinking a million different thoughts in my mind. So now I'm happy for the small things in life. I didn't appreciate nothing. No matter what it was, I didn't appreciate, but now I appreciate everything. Everything I appreciate, and I suppose it's because I'm getting older as well. I'm more mature, I'm more settled.
The experiences you have too, but it also helps that when you have a good foundation of people around you who get it and who get you. I mean, that's huge.
If I asked you, what do you want in life, what would you say?
Obviously happiness at the end of the day. See, I've always said, I know people always have a hard time believing these things, but the truth is, if I was in a relationship, like let's say somebody I'm going to get married to or I've been married to, I don't want gifts and jewelry and shoes and clothes. I want a home with someone. I want a home, meaning like you make a home with someone. So you make a home with someone. It could be an apartment. It could be an actual home, but something that you have that you've built memories with and in. That to me is a home. I didn't grow up with money. So my family, they were okay, but we weren't poor, but we weren't wealthy either, or hardly middle class, I would say at times. But I've always had such a warm home. So I remember there was a time when there was, I don't know how many of us, we were in one room, and it was Christmas Eve. I think
you told me this before, didn't you?
Was it Christmas?
Not this thing. You told me that your parents are still together and they're madly in love, aren't they?
They are. Yeah. But I remember this one memory I had, and it was Christmas Eve, and we were living in this townhouse. It was a 2-story, 3-bedroom townhouse, and there was like kids everywhere. We all piled into one room, and there was like 2 beds in the room, and everyone's like kind of all over the place, and all we did, all of us, was lay in like in the beds or on the floor with blankets and pillows, and we all watched movies. And that was our Christmas Eve. And I remember those, yeah, and I remember it had nothing to do with the gifts or, you know, what we were eating at that moment. It was the togetherness that we had. So those are things that I have had implemented in me into who I am, and which is why that's something I seek. And also hard to find, because people in today's generation are so caught up in their own bullshit that they're like, oh, it's this or that. And I get it. And social media, it's easy to look at something and say that's how they live their life. But you only really give off, yeah, you really only give off what you want to give off, right? It could be the good, which is 99% of the time we always want to portray the good, never what the real is. But even then, you can't gauge somebody, their personality or know their story, their backstory based off of one post or posts. So that, to me, to answer your question, to me is togetherness. It's being able to have that family, that foundation first and foremost. Honestly, like, you know what makes me happiest when I go home to see my family? It's cooking them dinner. Makes me happy. I love feeding my father. There's something in it where I know my father's been fed. Because traditionally, you know, we women cook and we feed the men first. That's how I was raised. So there's something in feeding my father. Like, are you okay, Dad? Are you hungry, Dad? Do you need anything, Dad? That's just sort of how I am. So I love just like family, just being around them. And that's why there's nothing that makes me happier than coming home.
There you go then.
Yeah.
Great.
So money to me, it's not about, oh, what I want to do with my money when I receive my first big major signing or whatever. To me, it was always about, I'd love to be able to show my parents the world. They've never left America. They don't even know they don't even have passports. Do you know what I mean? So for them to be able to have...
My mother's never left England in 40 years.
Does she not want to?
No.
No. See, my parents want to see the world. And they say, like, we see it through you. We see you travel the world. But I'm like, but I want you to see it too. I want you to, you know, they're getting older, and in 10 years, we don't know what can happen, or even tomorrow.
Exactly, we're not promised tomorrow, are we?
But that's, to me, what makes me happy. I don't have kids, I don't have a husband, so to me, it's about them and about what making them happy. So that's what drives me and keeps me going.
Good stuff. Keep doing what you're doing.
I don't know how this turned into me again.
Why do
we always do this? It's always ends up being about, like, somehow me, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is not about me, this is you.
I always turn it around. I like to ask people questions.
You need your own show one day.
I don't know about that, but the one thing I do know about is I do think you need to get some kids in your life and get a partner that you're going to stay with.
Yeah. We'll
see. Because I don't think there's anything better than a long-term relationship with somebody who you love and care about, and who you think about and who you want to be with, and who you create memories with. That's the thing. Me and Ben were talking the other day, and life is about creating memories, isn't it? Like, I've got good memories with my brothers and with my dad and with my cousins and everything, but I've got a hell of a lot of memories with Paris because we've been together so long.
Yeah.
When I met Paris, I was 16 and she was 15. So that's a lifetime, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a long time.
She's always been there from me. Second amateur fight until today. So that's a lot of memories, isn't it?
You know what, though? A big part of why you are where you are at this moment is because of having a strong woman next to you.
I believe so too. I believe if I was available now and on the market, then I wouldn't be the man I am, I don't think, because I'd be running around here and there and up and down with different girls and dating and whatever.
I think it takes, I don't know what transition takes place in someone's life to get to that point, but there's always something that happens in one's life, right? That makes them have that turning point where you know you just need something beyond your own, like, selfish needs.
Long-term relationship is not an easy thing to do. If I was willing to walk away from everything, I could have done a million times. But I didn't. So if people just break up today after so many little hurdles and every little argument they want to, it's not working out, this, that and the other. But I believe if you stick with it
Do you know what it is today things are too accessible. So for example,
it's too easy to walk away today, isn't it?
It's too easy. Nowadays people are like, oh, I'll just move on. Oh, I'll just get a divorce. They don't really sit through and realize that no matter what relationship you end up in, you're going to end up having to sacrifice something being in that relationship. As I say, pick your poison. Because for example, maybe a woman finds a good man, right? A loyal man, but maybe he's just not romantic enough. So then she goes, finds the romantic guy, right? But he might be cheating on her because he's romancing everyone else. Do you get what I'm saying? You have to sort of...
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
My dad has always said to me, you're always going to have to lose something that you felt you needed, but what is something you can live without? Maybe you want that, but you can live without it.
What's the most romantic thing a man has ever done for you?
To be honest with you, Tyson, I haven't had very much romance in my life, unfortunately. Well, I mean, there's a couple of experiences, like small things that are kind of cute.
Fire away.
I had, one of them flew me to Vegas, so we went to Vegas just to have dinner. So that was nice.
That's pretty romantic.
That was pretty romantic, yeah. Overlooking like the water show with, was it Bellagio? Is that
the
what
fountains.
it is? Yeah. So I thought, I was like, oh, okay, all right. He's trying here. And then another time he was cooking dinner, this was a different guy, cooking dinner for me. And when you walk into his house, it's a beautiful home. It was sort of spread out. So there was many different entrances to the house, right? And it was all lit up like with like a bunch of like lights like this. And I can hear music playing. And I couldn't quite figure out where he was or where it was coming from because the music was playing throughout the house. But when I did find him, he sort of snuck up behind me and we started dancing in his kitchen. And I thought that was a bit romantic because I've never had a man try to dance with me to the music playing in his home while he's cooking me dinner.
It's quite romantic.
So those are some small little romantic moments. But overall, I don't think I've ever been quite romanced in that way.
What would your definition of romance be? That's a question.
To be honest with you, it's the smaller things. It's when you cook dinner, right? I'm a wine drinker, so when you cook dinner, you know, there's wine and there's candles and it's intimate. I like intimate moments. I like to sort of close everything off around me. No phones. I hate being distracted. If somebody's constantly on their phone or constantly dealing with work, that's such a turnoff for me. Just shut down. Just be in that moment. That's it. That's all I ask. Because, I mean, everyone has shit going on or they can be a bit distracted, right? Especially today's generation.
I've been off social media for 3 weeks and I've had a better 3 weeks in my whole life.
Because you just don't give a fuck about what's going on around you. I mean, outside of it, it doesn't really matter.
I've been off it. I've deleted the apps off my phone, yeah? Mm-hmm. Ben's taking care of my social media right now. And I've been off it. Do us a cup of tea, Ben.
I'm not going to take it.
Do us a cup of tea.
Oh, now you come down, Ben.
Do a cup of tea, Tim. So, what was it talking about there?
What's romance?
Yeah.
So that's romance. That's intimacy is romance.
Yeah, I know what you mean, like candlelit dinner and
Oh,
maybe a bit of music
It's
playing
about
in the
really
background.
making it about you two in that moment.
Yeah.
That's romantic. It could be the smallest thing. It could be, you know what I've always found, which I've never done, but I love sitting in my car, drinking like coffee or hot chocolate while it's raining, and I'm sitting there by myself. I just love like the sound of rain and it's just so, I don't know, it's so peaceful. And like if you're just sitting there having a conversation with somebody, there's nothing more romantic to me than
Well, that's
that.
why I moved back in a trailer, because in a trailer, when it rains,
You can hear,
it's like fairies dancing on the roof. It's unbelievable. And the worst of the weather, the gale force winds and thunderstorms, trailer moves, it's like, oh, this is epic. You just don't want the night to end.
yeah,
It's like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the
We don't
reasons.
get very many thunderstorms down where my parents live, unfortunately, but we had one recently where it was just nuts. The lightning was insane, right? Thunder, lightning, the whole nine. And we all we're sat outside in the garage just watching it and listening to it because we just love it. My family, if we could have a family business, we would be storm chasers. Seriously.
Yeah?
Yeah. We'd just go out and find the storms, the tornadoes, the whole thing. We love it.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
What's the next topic?
Billy Joe.
Good. Go on,
Billy Joe.
What about my mate Bill?
First of all, what happened?
I'll tell you what happened. He got bent over and spanked from behind by a little tall streak of piss. I'm not even going to say his name because I'm not going to give him any credibility at all in my interview. And that's basically what happened. Say no more. The Boxing Board of Control and UCAD said it wasn't a problem. The Boston State Commission said it was. So he couldn't do the fight, and he ended up vacating the title because he was going to take it off him anyway. Very political, similar to what happened with me with the IBF title, really. But I didn't do anything. I just had a rematch clause with Klitschko, so I couldn't defend anyway. So they took it and gave it to Charles Martin. It's just business, isn't it? It's not personal, I don't think. It's business, but when someone is trying to take food out of your mouth and your kids' mouths, then it becomes personal, doesn't it? So it is what it is.
Because I know for a moment there we weren't quite sure what was going to happen. You know, like
I wasn't sure myself.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure myself, but I think he's had a 6-month suspension or something, has he?
Well, I think that they're trying to recommend a 6-month suspension, but nothing's actually been.
Well, nothing's actually
yet.
happened. If I was Billy Joe, I'd enjoy my Christmas because he'd been training now for months on end in Sheffield for this fight, and I'd come back on the 4th of January back into training camp. And by the time he's fit and ready to fight, whenever it is, it'll be bano. Nasal spray is hardly cheating, is it? So it is what it is. I don't know much about it because I wasn't there, and I don't know the ins and outs of it, but from what I've read online on that nasal sprays or whatever, it is what it is. But the end of the day is, the benchmark line is, they've took his belt, and like he said online, they've robbed it off him. He'll have to go and win another one, won't he? Simple. There must be 20 belts out there to win.
There are too many belts these days, aren't there?
There's 3 WBCs, 3 IBFs, 3 WBAs, WBOs. There's plenty of men out there to fight. You can even move up and have big British fights. There's plenty of men to fight. Why don't he maybe even fight Callum Smith at super middleweight? There's plenty of opportunities for Billy Joe. He's an undefeated champion, so just because they've took a belt doesn't mean he's not champion. But whatever he does, I wish him luck with it. And I hope he don't walk away, because I know he'll regret it after 2 years like I did. And come back, and it's very hard.
He seems like he's okay. He seems like, he's in a good mental space.
When I spoke to him and that, he seems okay. He's not really too bothered about it. He's cracking on with his life. And, there's going to be stones along the way. And, along with the sunshine, there's got to be a little rain sometimes, isn't there? Like you say, if you like a bit of rain, then crack on with it. It's life. Life ain't always going to be sunshine and rainbows, is it?
I think what makes me, how do I say this? I feel like there should be the same rules across the board. The fact that VADA had something completely separate than what UCAD would consider to be illegal. In one country, you're labeled a cheat, and in the next country, you're not. I just think that's think about it. It's always going to follow him around now. Doesn't matter what happens.
No, I don't think it does. I really don't, to be honest. I don't think it matters at all. Canelo, look at Canelo. Doesn't follow him around, does it? He's just an $160 million contract.
No, it was $365 million.
365 million, then. There you go. I don't think it's bothered him too much, has it? Luis Ortiz has tested positive more times than I've had hot dinners. And he's still on my undercard in a minute. What does it matter? Listen, let them crack on. Everyone do their own business. But it is what it is. I don't think it matters. I think Billy will win another world title comfortable. He's got that much talent, then I think he can do it. And that's it, really. But this one time, I had a fight, and I came home back to Lancaster. And I didn't speak to Paris at all. I didn't see her. So I went to the local like convenience store place and I bought this like cassette player here. I made this real trip. I was thinking about it all the way through training camp, what I was going to do, right? And I went and bought this like CD player, portable CD player. And then I went, it was a long time ago by the way, this was 2009.
Cassette player, I imagine.
Yeah. Then I went to HMV and bought this disc, Boys to Men disc. Yeah? And then I went to a florist and bought a lot of roses. And then I went to a hotel and I booked a massive suite. Yeah. And then I went to the hotel and I put the music player in there and the disc in, and I put all roses all over the bed, petals and that, and I got a load of candles and stuff, lit them all up in the bathroom, put all rose petals in the bath. Paris was boiling with me by the way. She'd never seen me in 3 weeks, and I'd been back in Lancaster but I never spoke to her.
But
So
she knew you were back.
She knew I was back, yeah. She'd seen me.
Oh, God.
I went home and I went
She's
straight
thinking
off.
the worst right now.
She thought I went to the pub with the boys, you know. And I come back through the gate and she was like, oh, she was giving me a shit, yeah. So I said, just get in the car, we're going somewhere. So we drive up the road, and when we was down there, I put a blindfold on her, and I said, I've got a surprise for you. So she said, what are you doing? What do you mean? So anyway, I took her into the room, I leaded her into the room, and I pulled the thing off, wallop, but before I went in and pressed play on the Boys to Men CD. Because she was always going on about romance and romantic things, yeah. So this was the thing, I thought, this is the romance. And she was like, okay, this is really nice. Like, as you would, the bath was running, no lights and just candle lights, rose petals in the bath all over the floor and bed. I got a massive bill for this outfit. I had dinner booked downstairs for 2, and I took the liberty of going shopping for her. I bought her a full new outfit, and I said, open the wardrobe, she opened the wardrobe. She had a full new, like, evening wear.
And let me guess, y'all made a kid that night.
100%.
Totally. Any woman would be like, oh, I cave, I give in.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then we woke up, then at that time we woke up, we had our Venezuela on the way.
Wow. Got that little romantic bone in you.
100%.
Not everyone has that.
Oh, she had a little romantic bone in her.
Oh, TMI. How is she doing with the pregnancy though, by the way?
She's doing all right. I think
Yeah?
she's professional at it now. We lost one recently, didn't we? After the Cepha fight. Cepha, yeah. She was pregnant a few months and she lost it.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
So I put her back in foal straight away, and now she's pregnant again. She's due in February.
Wow.
Can I get a hell yeah?
It was a girl, right?
Boy.
Boy.
I've got 2 girls and 2 boys at the minute, and I've got a boy on the way. But listen, be thankful for whatever it is. To be honest. As long as it's fit and healthy, then we'll be good.
What about your kids being fighters?
I don't
It's in
want
your
them-
blood, you can't deny
It is
it.
in the blood, but I don't really want them to be. It's in my blood, but it's not in Paris's blood. So the chances of my sons being fighting men is 50%. From the breed I am, I'm fighter on both sides. My mother's family are all fighting men, and my dad's side of the family are all fighters. So I had a 100% chance of being a.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah. So,
What is your not nationality? That's the wrong one.
What is my breed?
Yeah. What are you exactly?
I am 1/2 dragon, 1/2 minotaur. No, I am. My mother's a Burton. I've got cousins who are professional boxers. Jose Burton, he's former British light heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
My father's a Fury. And on both sides of their families, they were all fighters, every one of them. Most of my cousins all box and fight, professionally or amateur. And I don't think there's many men among us who haven't had fights and can't put their hands up. But Paris, she don't come from a fighting family. They're just normal, quiet people.
So was Paris a traveler as well when you met her? Okay. But what I mean is, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but like, for example, I'm American, but I'm Native American, Spaniard, French, Canadian, and German. So are you 100% British, or are you...
I'm a traveller, I'm a mongrel. Cross between everything born from its mother. Me, I've got Irish in me, Welsh.
Okay, there we go. That's what
I'm a Celtic mix.
Okay.
A little bit of German in there, Norway, Irish, Welsh, Scottish, everything.
Wow.
Indian,
No.
100%.
Indian.
Bit of Turkish.
Yeah,
All the issues, huh?
all the issues, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, real mongrel bread.
Is this British tea? Right.
Yeah,
Which is what? Is it black tea with just milk?
yeah.
Is that what it
PG
is?
tips. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
So yeah, my kids, I don't want them to be fighters. It's too hard. I've taken more punches than enough.
Isaac.
What are you doing?
She broke your stick now. Sure, Tim already did it. Yeah.
What kind? You know what? I can only imagine what it's like. Do you guys all have locks on your doors in your bedrooms? Because I can only imagine that you guys maybe pull a bit of pranks on each other.
Not really, no. We don't
No?
tolerate all that sort of stuff. That was years ago.
Really?
Ben's a master at all that sort of stuff.
So no pranks, none at all.
Not really. A few trousers getting pulled down here and there, but nothing major.
What did you think of Eddie Hearn getting his trousers pulled down?
Didn't see it.
You didn't see it. That video circulated.
Is it on social media? Has it been in the last 3 weeks?
Tell the
Yeah.
story.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Tyson did it to Deontay, you know.
No.
We was filming for Showtime, yeah, in Los Angeles after the press day.
You
next
pantsed
morning.
him?
And he was there doing all the shadow boxing. He had his short, like, boxing shorts on, white boxing shorts, like he was doing a promo shoot. And I ran behind him and pulled his pants down on camera.
No!
Yeah, everyone started laughing.
Oh, do you think that's going to be on the 24/7? What is
No,
it?
I doubt it.
All access. Sorry.
It was like it was like an elephant's trunk.
Oh, fuck's sake. TMI. Too much.
But yeah, there we are. The fighters.
And
I
he
don't-
didn't try to take a swing at you over that.
No.
There was no rumble.
There was no rumble at all. It was
Really?
just like, he didn't even rush to pull his pants up, to be honest. Fair play to him. Fair play. Credit where credit's due.
He stood around and he turned to the cameras. Huh?
No, fair play. Like, credit where credit's due. Like, he didn't
Wow.
rush to pull them up at all. He just left them down and then just finished what he was doing and then pulled them up.
Oh my god.
Ben actually done it to Greg. You know Greg the nutritionist,
Yeah.
right?
Is Greg not coming out here?
No, because he had to have an operation on his leg.
Oh.
Greg was training with me in Manchester at the Village Hotel, and the gym was full. And Greg was doing his set, and Ben went behind him and pulled his pants down and his underpants down, yeah? So he was just stopped there in the gym, totally naked, and he never even moved. He finished his set before he pulled his pants up. I swear to God, I've never seen nothing like it. He said, nothing's going to distract me from my training.
Wow.
Deadly serious, and Ben can back me up if he comes in here.
I heard him laughing back there.
Ben!
What?
Is that true or not?
What?
What you done to Greg?
Yeah, he carried on doing that
He didn't bat an eyelid, honestly.
Oh my god.
He ain't put up Corey on it now, did
Yeah.
he?
What'd he say?
Yeah, well, I know. He said something about Corey's.
And you guys always chatting about Corey's.
But, yeah, I think we've covered quite a few things here, don't you?
We did. Thank you. I appreciate you welcoming me into your
Big Bear and
Big Bear home.
Big Bear home.
Nice place.
Nice home, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
The guy wants $2 million for it.
Wow.
He's got another two-bedroom house next door and another one over there too. Goes right back, so I think it's got about 2 acres of land on.
Wow.
Really nice places. This is like the kind of place I'd like to buy in my country, but they just don't exist.
Big Bear's a special place. I love this place. I'm here all the time when I come
Yeah?
back. Yeah, yeah.
Did you go
I'm
hiking?
really
in there?
good. No, I'm terrified because I think something's gonna pop out of the bushes or something. I'm really overly paranoid. Even though everyone here swears that bears don't just come out of nowhere, with my luck, it would. I just have I just can't. I can't have peace of mind just hiking. I can't even do it back where my parents live because where we live, there's mountain lions.
There's mountain lions here too.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know. But I don't hike over there for the fear of mountain lions.
There's even rattlesnakes here in Big Bear. Dangerous place, isn't it? There's nothing in England at all. No
Because
predators.
you guys are like on an island.
Yeah, I suppose. In the middle of the sea. Has England got any predators at all? Blackadder,
You guys
snake,
have like just spiders, but nothing like,
nothing dangerous.
oh, I can't stand it.
The biggest things out there is a deer and badger.
But they don't attack humans, do they?
That's why you guys have countryside walks. I would never do that stuff here.
Tyson, we have some out of boo-boos.
Oh, we have Samata-boo-boos.
What's that?
What's what?
Samata boo-boos.
Samata boo-boos. What is that?
What's what?
What I just said.
I didn't. Oh, sorry, I wasn't really focusing.
Samata boo-boo.
What are you saying?
Samata boo-boo.
Yeah, that.
So you say it.
No, because I have a feeling you're having me say something.
No,
Say
we
it,
do
say
have
it.
Samata boo-boos.
What is that?
Was what?
Don't just.
What is
you
what?
No.
say.
What am I saying?
Just say what's Samata boo-boo.
No, because I have a feeling it means
No,
something.
just say it.
that's-
It's not. It doesn't mean anything bad.
Just say what's...
Promise me you're not setting me up.
I promise you.
I'm always set up by Bill, and I always get called out
Just
when
say
I'm not in my
just
pay.
say what's Samata boo-boo. Just say it.
What is Samata Boo Boo?
Nothing, Yogi.
Oh, God. Well, cheers.
I think I watched one of them. Did Bill get you with the flange diet?
That was one. That was one of many. They kept trying to ask me questions about, oh, who are you going for, India or England? And then he kept trying to get me to repeat names. And he's like, so I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying. So I said one of the names. Turns out he was a Sheffield serial rapist or killer. Seriously. And I didn't find that out. He was dead serious too. And he was just going along with it. Everyone was just going along with it. That's the scary part. And then it wasn't until later people were tweeting me and they're like, you do realize so-and-so is like the Sheffield or a notorious serial murderer. And I was like, oh, fucking hell. I told Bill, I go, but I just can't trust you with fuck all.
Do you know what? Yeah, I got ad one time in England years ago on Twitter. Yeah, someone said, "Oh, send me a picture of this. Is me, my best mate, and he's your biggest fan. Could you give him a retweet?" So I didn't look at the picture. I just pressed retweet. You know what I mean? And it turned out to be Raoul Moat, a serial killer. They got me. Everyone's like, "Oh, you got him good there. You got him."
I wanted to ask you about Billy Joe sort of putting together Big Baby Miller. Do you remember that?
No, what happened?
You don't remember that. So apparently, oh shit, I really want to make sure I get this right. From what I understand, or what I read, was that his law?
Yeah.
From what I understand, something was said.
Savile.
Huh?
Jimmy Savile.
Did he get him? Yeah.
You got it.
What are you talking about?
He's saying who it was. Jimmy Savile.
Oh, is that the one with Big Baby?
Yeah.
What happened?
Ben, come down here and tell us because I remember some parts, but not 100%. Like I know.
He's not even upstairs. He's in that
Where's
back
he?
room. Ben.
So basically...
Hold on, come.
So basically, Big Baby started trying to befriend him on the inbox.
Wait, come over here, Ben.
So basically, Big Baby was trying to befriend him on the inbox, got chatting to him, oh, how you doing, mate, blah, blah. He said, look, my mate's a big fan, can you wish his dad a happy birthday or something? So he wished a happy birthday to Jimmy Savile.
Yeah, but then tell him what else would happen after that.
What?
Remember? Because Big Baby figured out what Billy Joe did, and then Billy Joe started coming back with, they were talking shit to each other online.
I can't remember what else was said.
Yeah.
Billy Joe's had them all, hasn't he? Oh, that was epic when he went on to Wilder though in Ireland.
Oh my God. That was actually. Speaking of which, what did you make of all that? Throwing chickens and...
Listen, I think that Wilder knows he's in for a real fight now. He knows we're travellers, yeah? Billy Joe stood up to a man heavyweight, 6'7", on his own. And he said, oh, you said this about me. And he went, yeah, I did,
Yeah, I
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he jumped up and Billy threw something at him, didn't he? Yeah.
Threw something and ran down the stairs. It was like it turned into a fucking chase in Ireland.
Yeah, but he knows now. He couldn't even put the bounce bluff on a 11-stone man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he knows he's in for a fight. You know what I mean? He knows what type of people we are.
Mm-hmm. What did you make of like their whole situation? Like the fact that they had it looks so put together for them to sort of make up. They both wouldn't look each other in the eyes.
Oh yeah, it was
right?
put
It
together,
was
yeah.
so put together because they were like Billy Joe standing at the door like this. Deontay walks in. Deontay just sort of stands to the side, and they both just be like, they don't even look at each other in each other's faces. They're like, yeah, you know, everything's, you know.
Listen, it's good for boxing and it's all entertainment. It made news as well. It was in all the papers. That's it really, Michelle.
Yep. Well, thank you for, again, sitting down, giving me a great, well, it's got to be like an hour and a half interview. So I appreciate it, as always.
No problem.
Any final words?
God bless America.
Do you like the American food?
I like America, period.
But do you like the food? Because a lot of Brits have a hard time adjusting the food sometimes. They think it's not very good.
I think the food's brilliant.
Yeah.
Tim's been cooking like juicy big steaks and big chicken breasts and whatever else. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Amazing. Good place.
Alrighty. Well, I will end up seeing you again the media week leading up to the big fight.
5
I
weeks.
wish you all the best.
Mucho gracias.
All right. Well, thank you. Bye, Fight fans. Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking this icon right here and hit the bell button so you can get notified every time we upload a new video. And we also have a free app available on iTunes and Google Play. So make sure you go and download that. Bye, Fight fans.